In the past few days in Côte d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast, the streets have been alive with anger. Thousands of citizens were on the streets protesting that the president might overstay his welcome again. They fear that this may result in unrest, political instability, and even violence. But here's the truth. This is not only in the Ivory Coast, not even only in Africa. Throughout human history and across the globe, leaders have attempted to hold on to power for their own benefit. Why, you may ask? Because power changes people. It convinces many of them that they are only the ones who can lead. And that's where the real danger begins. Let's be clear. Wanting to rule for life is not an African problem. It's a human problem. First, narcissism. Many leaders begin to believe that the country cannot function without them. They see themselves as the only savior. Narcissist and savior mentality in combination. Second, greed. Staying in power means continued control over resources, contracts, and state wealth. Third, fear. Many leaders believe that once they leave power, they could face prosecution for corruption or abuse of power. So they cling to office as a means of protection. Look at this list. Museveni of Uganda since 1986. Aguema, the Equatorial Guinea since 1979. Paul Biya, Cameroon's leader since 1986. And outside Africa, Vladimir Putin in power in Russia for over 2 decades. Xi Jinping recently removed China's presidential time limit to stay in power. It's the same pattern, just different flags. When one person holds power for decades, progress slows down. Why? Because they don't build strong systems. They build loyalty networks. Positions are given to friends and loyalists, not the most competent people. Corruption becomes normal. Leaders focus on securing their seats than resolving national problems. Take Robert Mugabe, for example. He was a liberation hero, but after 37 years in power, the country's economy has collapsed totally, and millions of competent people have run abroad. Long-term rulers often rewrite their country's constitutions, not to protect the people, but to protect themselves. In Africa's diverse societies, long-term rulers often favor members of their own ethnic groups. This creates resentment and deepens divisions. Instead of building national unity, they play identity politics, which can lead to dangerous levels of mistrust. In Cameroon, the tensions between the Anglophone and the Francophone regions have escalated under decades of the same leadership. When politics becomes a tool of ethnic dominance, the entire nation suffers. The answer to stopping leaders ruling for life is not just getting new leaders. It's about strong institutions. We need independent courts that enforces term limits, free and fair elections managed by non-partisan bodies, parliaments that challenges the president or prime minister, not praise him, civil services that promote merit, not loyalty. Ghana is a good example. Since 2000, it has seen peaceful transfer of power between different political parties. That's an example to follow. This is not just politicians, it's about us. Here is what we can do. Demand transparency from our leaders. We must understand our constitutions and defend time limits. Get involved in civil movements that hold leaders accountable. Use social media wisely. Learn to spread facts and not propaganda. We must value institutions, not personalities. We cannot continue waiting for change. We have to be part of making it. Leaders who rule for life are not just overstaying. They are stealing time from an entire generation. Africa's progress depends on strong systems, not strong men. And that is a fight worth having. If we want an Africa where everyone have a chance to dream big and build, then no leader should be bigger than the country.